Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more of the meta. So I want to show you some more gameplay. I'm going against a Cincinnati Bengals user, and I'm using Chicago Bears. And a particular defense I'm going to jump back into is a double 3-3 mug, nickel dog MEG. This is something I experimented weeks ago. I had some issues where I was getting thrown over the top and giving up some big plays. So I'm going with this with a little bit slightly different attack. I know some pros have been using this particular defense, and this is something that got me a little bit excited to get back into, just because double mug doesn't have 4 quarters type shells, and having a quarters shell is good. One of the things too is I've always been someone who never flips my defense, or basically I like to run a lot of baseline, but now with Madden getting baseline out, I have to kind of alter stuff. This defense flips, and I'm going to be using the safeties as a way to try to manufacture pressure. Once again, guys, I want to thank you for watching my channel. Just out of curiosity, love to see what you guys do for a living, so down in the notes, if you could, go ahead and put that down there. So let's go and jump into this gameplay. When you play against somebody, you always want to try to figure things out against your opponent. My opponent comes out of a single back wing close formation or wing formation. So typically when I see heavy sets where there's going to be a situation where there's a running opportunity, I'm always going to jump into like a 61 defense out of the Vikings playbook, and I just run cover 4 quarters just to kind of get a feel for what my opponent wants to do. I want to make sure I got some guys in the box, and my middle linebacker was kind of out of position, so I go ahead and user to him, and he does just basically kind of like snaps a stock play where it kind of comes out and comes like this. With quarters, basically there's a lot of matching going on and things are getting picked up. You can see the defenders are actually in passing lanes. So this play, because he's only running 3 routes with quarters, pretty much locked up. He's got the flat route right over here. I've got a defender that's actually falling out into the zone. He does actually hit the flat. My defender will come down there and actually get some 4-yard gainer. But for the most part, everybody was pretty much covered. Those deep crossers were covered up. So here he comes into gun doubles, and I decide I'm just going to go and jump into this the 3-3 single mug. In particular, I like to run this cover 9 with the Texas 4-man Texas set. So I like to run this, and I set my alignments. I like to go with a strong setting, so this guy kind of slides out a little bit better, so he gives me kind of protection when I'm running against this type of a defense. And I'm going to use this backside safety and just wait for anything that's actually trying to coming over the middle of the field. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this, do the Texas 4-man, slide, basically slide everybody out, and I'm going to go ahead and user my guy right here. One thing I noticed is that he actually read that my one person was out of position, so he's actually going with an Ohio concept on the back side. He's got basically an angle, he's got an out, and with another Ohio concept on this side. So if you take a look at this guy's rushing in, he's completely out leveraged. He's going to pick up any like the Texas concept, but he makes the read perfectly, because I've actually got my safety in a position because I'm trying to play the run. You can see he actually throws that little quick out. Smart play. So like that play was kind of like a litmus test of saying, okay, this guy is a fairly smart player. We'll see what else what he can read, but we're going to go once again with this Texas 4-man cover 9 shell. We've got basically 3 wide receivers over here, so you're going to get match. I got over the top coverage, and if this guy actually slides out, the underneath coverage is going to do this, and all I'm going to do is play in the box right here and look for anything over the top, and you've got match coverage right here with these guys. So that's what's cool about this cover 9 coverage and why it's such an effective defense. He actually runs the ball, and you can see my edge gets in and gets him in the backfield and tackles him for a 3-yard loss. So now I'm actually kind of an autopilot with cover 9. I'm like, well, this guy's having a hard time with it. I know my pass responsibilities for the most part. I'm just going to stick in this defense and see what he can do. I actually get some pressure off the edge. He's got a guy that's actually kind of carrying on the side, but he's got another guy over the top of it. So I have to kind of bracket the both, and if he actually checks it down, that's fine. I'm just going to run him out of bounds. You can see this is why I'm crossing, and because I've got that the stunt shed right there, I'm able to go ahead and tackle him in the backfield. So this is where I go ahead and jump into this double mug MEG dog play. And I decided to go with an aggressive blitz and send 6, and he reads it perfectly. Once again, I got myself out of position. I think I blitzed my guys. No, I actually got a guy that's actually falling back in the zones. But this guy kind of falls back in the zones, and you can see this guy's actually kind of over the top. And my responsibility is to protect this side, this area right here. So I'm completely out of position. He reads it perfectly, throws it right over the top of me with Gesicki, and actually gets the ball into the end zone. So they give a cheap touchdown. So right then and there, I'm thinking to myself, this guy, he's making smart reads. He's seeing offensive player or defensive players out of position and hitting me with offensive players in those spots. So I'm going to have my hands full. Next possession. I'm driving down, trying to get down and actually either score, get some points on the board before he gets in the second half, because actually he's going to get the ball in the second half. I end up fumbling the ball after I get a first down, and he gets himself a CPU turnover. So lucky break for him, and I'm thinking, okay, I got to take some action against this guy. I can't do this. So once again, he's been struggling with a cover 9, auto flipped. This is the strong side of the formation, so usually cover 9 is on the opposite side of the formation, so I might want to go ahead and put a cover 6 on the back side just to have that as an option. But right here he goes with, I think, like kind of an angle route. I think he's got a little crossing route. He's got a flat. He's got a corner. And once again, he's making really good decisions right here. He basically checks it down. I'm actually trying to cover this area on the back side. He's got another trail route on the back side. So this is a flood concept with levels on the back side. He checks it down, picks up a nice chunk of yards. No huddles me. And basically he's still got this tight set. Anytime I see tight sets, I always think about mesh. Mesh is, basically a concept that you can see a lot, where you got a guy that comes over here, you got a wheel route. You got to be very conscious about mesh when you're playing against your opponents. Basically I just kind of run the play stock. I get myself out of position. The little wheel route's coming over the top. He takes a long time to make his progressions. He doesn't read things correctly. And right here actually takes off. His dude's wide open. He missed him. I think he was just thinking that I need to run. He gave up on all his progressions, but he totally missed this guy. It could have been a huge play. He keeps going out. He takes off this quarterback and basically picks up a first down, but that could have been 20 or 30 yards, so he completely missed his progression. But take a look. He's using mesh. He's quick snapping mesh, so you have to be conscious of that. A lot of times it's hard flats. Cover 3 shells is really good against mesh, and I think he comes out basically with trips, a bunch set off here, and he's got a single right here. I think what I did is I might have went hard flats, but I got myself in the box once again, a little bit out of position. I go hard flats, and you can see everybody's going over the middle of the field, and I just kind of sat, and I realized I got to fill the void, and I came back with my user, and I'm able to go ahead and pick him off. And right here, I've got blockers, and I'm getting chased down by his lineman. So my 91 speed defender against his basically, 60 or 50 rating speed guys are not going to catch me. So I'm up by a score, and I actually get another turn. I get him back on defense again. He's got a minute and 11 seconds. He actually scored fairly quick with me in this first possession. So now I just go ahead and just realize I'm going to go and blitz this guy, and I'm going to give up the flat, but I'm going to go ahead and use his tight end, because he saw me. He tried to get over the top of me with the tight end. I'm going to blitz and just kind of play the tight end. As you can see, where I'm actually a little bit more out of position. So I carry. And the pressure comes in. He was looking at the tight end, realizing he's thinking if he could take that shot. And because I actually took that away, the pressure comes in, and this guy was running 5 wide receivers every single play. I'm able to get the pressure in, and he wasn't able to stop it. So now I go ahead and switch it up. I'm going to put this guy in a man coverage, put a man over here, and then once again I'm going to go ahead and player this guy. And I think based on this particular blitz, usually you're going to get somebody in, get some type of pressure out there. So right here, I just go ahead and run this play once again, and he's just trying to think about what he's doing. He's making some type of adjustment on the outside. Right here, it's basically a 5-man rush. It actually gets picked up pretty well, but he doesn't really know where to go with it because he's looking for that tight end around. He's trying to go back to the well again and try to hit me with it, but I'm using that away, and he's afraid to throw out my user. Here's the one thing that's the cool thing about actually getting an interception against an opponent. If you kind of bait them, is that they won't throw at your user. And a lot of times when you have a user, sometimes those particular user plays just don't get hit. So right here, he's got basically the running back on the opposite side. So here's where I can blitz this particular defense and send 6, because if he chooses to go to the outside, I've got a flat defender that's actually going to cover this, and this guy should pick up somebody kind of vertical. So I'm going to go ahead and blitz the house and just use her right here, and basically send the dogs at him. He actually goes ahead, tries to reset the play again, takes a penalty against that. So now we're going to see what he's going to come out of. He goes back into bunch offset. I'm going to use her the backside safety right here, and basically just run this defense stock right here. He's got this crossing route. This guy got this guy over, and this route is actually kind of open, but if he gets hit, he's going to catch it low. And I've got a block shed going on with the defender in the middle of the field. So basically, with sending 5 against his 5, he's not actually block shedding. He's not holding his blocks as well. And the Bengals offensive line is really not that strong. So now I go ahead and jump into a very aggressive blitz. This is a blitz that's unique to the Minnesota playbook. I think a couple others. But basically, it is a cover 3 shell. What's cool about this, you don't have to set this up. And you got hook zones right here. Now, it's 4th and 22. So I'm going to go ahead and just sit down in this box and send the dog. Send 7, because this guy is not, he's been pushing everybody out. He hasn't really been blocking everybody. He's not going to have any time whatsoever. So one thing I did notice is that there's actually, basically kind of a stunt thing going on. And I want pressure coming off the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and just basically slant my line out. And I'm going to mug that center. And make sure the pressure comes off the edges, because the pressure comes in so quick with this. You can see this guy's just screaming in. And the only open play he's got is right here. I've got a deep third. Like you can see, these guys are actually falling into zones. So he's kind of in a bind right there. So I'm able to go ahead and get that. The guy completely melted down. He's down in his own end zone. Basically, for a 4th and 22, he's going for it. That's just, this guy is not playing to win games. He's just playing to get ag catches and stuff like that. So I didn't really like how the alignments were with the mug, so I actually just went to default. I didn't like how my safety was just getting a little bit too far over. This alignment is a little bit cleaner, so I think that running the mug, if you're going to run the mug defense, you probably want to do this. This is where he actually starts tanking a little bit. He starts ag catching me, and this side of the field I've got my slower defensive back, and he's able to catch the ball right over the top of me and get himself a nice ag catch. But you really can't live and die on ag catches. So basically what I did is I decided to switch it up. I figured I'm going to go ahead and use cover 9, making sure that this guy can't throw over the top of me, and also have a safety. That's why I put my strong position, so I can get that half a little bit in a stronger position. So he actually comes out of a tight formation, and I'm going to run basically cover 3 hard flats, and the whole thing is because I want to stop mesh. This guy really hasn't shown a very diverse playbook. I want to stop any kind of a mesh concept that he might be running, so that's why I'm actually setting that up like so. So got this set up. Basically, he's got inside whip. And he just misthrows the ball, and the reason why he's actually using a second string quarterback. He should be using Burrow. Why he's not using his Burrow beyond me. So it's kind of a rookie move. It's not actually something you would see a good player do. They're going to put their best players in the team. You do not play the Cincinnati Bengals without Burrow on the roster. And even when they get injured, it's actually a good thing, is because when they have a bad season, basically it's one of those things. He ends up quitting out against me. I get another tackle for a loss, and this guy checks out. So once again, guys, I want to thank you for your support, and just let me know where you guys are located. I'm just curious in like what city. I'm in the Tampa Bay area. Let me know where you guys live. That would be very interesting to find out. So thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.